Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. Hope you are having a fantastic day wherever you are. This is Petal. As you know, we are a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Poola Guy, the chickens, Mama Mia, all of us here to Sussex Squad. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody's day? Hope you're doing great. Welcome to my recording, our late evening recording. I'm hoping to drop this tonight, hopefully. But if not, tomorrow morning. Anyways, one of the things I love is when, organizations use, whether it's sayings or something from our faves, especially Megan. They seem to love to use stuff from Megan. And I absolutely love that. And so I saw this and I thought, oh, this is so cute. I love this. I love what they did with this. So letter to a lady. I was like, ooh, letter to a lady. It says work-life balance is essential for your overall well-being. There is work and then there is you. Make time for yourself, do something for yourself, nurture yourself, have a beautiful week. And they use one of Megan's sayings. She says, take things with a grain of salt and find balance within your life. In your lunch break, leave and go get some fresh air. You don't need to make your life your job. I have to find that balance for myself as well. I think you have to make time for yourself so that work doesn't become an end all be all. So true and important. Sometimes we need to go out and smell the flowers or the roses, and if you're allergic, take pictures of them and then enjoy them. enjoy the photo enjoy the photo. And so absolutely, and I could have used this advice the last couple of days. I've been holed up in my room working, and so for 2 days, and so I should have used that as advice. But I love it. I absolutely love it. So thank you, Megan, for the word of wisdom about work-life balance. That is essential. So I'm gonna start my work-life balance tomorrow. I was doing so well too with the better up, inner work, and then I totally, backslid, and then I've been like all work and not really that balance. So, but I love this. I absolutely love this. So, thank you, Megan, for your beautiful. And again, our fave Megan is, we like to think of her at home under her tree, doing whatever she's doing, being at peace, not paying attention to any of the nonsense that's going on in Shutter Island. And so that is wonderful. So that's why we like to think of her and Harry and the babies, that they are, although Archie would be like, I am not a baby, but that's why we like to think of them as being. So yes, our faves. So what else is happening in Royal World? Yes, as you can use Spare still number one in Canada. I think it's also still number one in the UK. Yeah, still number one, 13 weeks at number one in Canada. And so it's just like well, actually this was like the weekend in the 12th, so that was last weekend. So we're gonna see what it is this weekend. Most likely it is number one as well. So very exciting. I love this photo of Harry. It's just like, ooh, cool. And you almost forget that he's losing his hair on top. I long for the day when Harry shaves his head. Just literally just go bald. There's no reason to have that hair. That's just like thinning and thinning and thinning. It's just like, Harry, you look really cool with a bald head. I don't know that he would go for it, but for him, he's, at least some people are very much attached to their hair. I have no attachment to hair. So for me, it's very easy to chop my hair and not even think about it. And so, but some people are very attached to their hair, and I totally understand that. I think Harry is one of those. He always thinks of his hair in terms of getting old, and he's afraid of getting older. He at least said that, he doesn't want to get to 40. He's terrified of it. So, as the day and the time goes by, hopefully he gets over his fear, and see at 40 is when you start living your best life. So, we'll pray for him that he will get over that hump. So there. But no matter what, spare is still number one. So that is awesome. What else is happening in the royal world? Oh, well, this is really cool. Our fave Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry got an award recently, and it's just so cool. And I was like, oh, that's really, really great. It says Tyler Perry to receive the President's Award at the NAN 2023 Keepers of the Dream Awards for his contribution to civil rights and social justice. And it's so great. It's like the NAN is a National Action Network, and it's a network. Well, it says Reverend Al Sharpton, founder and president of the National Action Network, or NAN, will honor Tyler Perry with the President's Award at the Keeper of the Dreams Award this year on Wednesday, April 12th. So this happened last Wednesday. And Tyler, you'll see Tyler there in a second. But it says, and I had to bring in all of this because I love what they wrote about Tyler. And it's exactly what we've been talking about ever since, reading his book, Higher is Waiting, and just seeing all the incredible things he's doing and giving back to community and fighting for social justice and all of those things. It's so deserved. It is so deserved. And so this is what they wrote about Tyler. It says, Mr. Perry's humanitarian work has just been as impactful as his career in entertainment. During the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic, Tyler stepped in to help those in need, including purchasing groceries for elderlies in Georgia and Louisiana, purchasing grocery gift cards for police to hand out in Atlanta communities in need, donating $100,000 to the Legal Defense Fund of Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, paying for funeral expenses for Rayshard Brooks and Sequoia Turner, a young girl killed in Atlanta, and covering travel expenses for George Floyd's family for his funeral services. The assistance he showed towards Floyd's family represents his unwavering support for NAN, and that began nearly 20 years ago when he marched in Louisiana for the Jena 6. Tyler Perry embodies what American dreams should be. This is a Black man who took his skills and the pen and turned it into a business empire, the likes of which we've never seen, said Reverend Al Sharpton, founder and president of NAN. Tyler has come to also represent the best of corporate America by using his personal success to bring others up with him. He has elevated Black voices and Black stories on both sides of the camera, not to mention in the front lines in the fight for social justice. The President Award will recognize the work he's already done, but we know this is just the overture for the impact Tyler Perry will leave on this nation. And true, yes to all of it. I mean, he is amazing, such an inspiration. The work he's done. I mean, gosh, all the people he's helped, including our faves, giving them a home, giving them security, giving them a place when Harry's dad took away security, and all of that stuff. And they basically allowed the press to drive them out of the UK. And Tyler Perry became dad for them, a protector, a friend, a confidant, a brother who was there for them in the trenches and have fought for them and spoken up for them, even when their own family didn't. And so Tyler has been amazing. We know recently he purchased the mortgages or something. He basically paid off the homes in and around where his studio is in Atlanta, elderly people's homes, so that they will not be evicted from those homes. And so he has used his wealth to really benefit the Black community especially. It's amazing. And I remember during COVID when he bought all of these groceries, there were cars lined up to get food from him when he, during COVID. And it is just amazing. It is just amazing the work that he has done and the work that he did. Even during COVID, his studio was the first to go back. I mean, they had this extensive COVID protection plan, and they were able to start filming before pretty much anyone else. And it's amazing. He's such an incredible businessman, and just he has a heart of gold. And so kudos, totally deserved, Tyler. And this is him receiving the award from Reverend Al Sharpton at the NAN, and he tweeted. It says, "I'm extremely honored to be given an award by the Reverend Reverend Al and National Action. Thank you for this kindness and fighting for us all." And again, NAN is a nationwide community activism organization that's there, fighting for social justice and all of that stuff in communities around the nation. So thank you, Reverend Al, and kudos, congratulations to Tyler Perry. Truly, truly deserved and more. So what else is moving on from that wonderful positive news? What else is happening? Oh, this. Yes, this. Oh, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter where Harry and Meghan go. Is just press harassment is just, talk about, everyone knows it's $1 billion industry. Attacking the Sussexes is $1 billion industry, and everybody is trying to get their cut. And jumped into the pot and jumped into it is New Zealand Herald and editor Thomas Coughlin. What they have done, as we talked about before, and we know that former Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern, she stepped down from being the Prime Minister of New Zealand in January, and she now works for Prince William's Earthshot. I think she is like a director or something like that for the Earthshot Prize. And yesterday, this editor from these people, I think they hate, a lot of these people hate Jacinda Ardern. And what he decided to do is they decided to file, it's kind of like an FOI, what the press could find, where they can get, whether it's the government or whomever, to release confidential information. For example, what they are doing now is that they have filed this to have the New Zealand government reveal all her messages with Harry and Meghan. Like, why do they exactly need? This is a situation with this, which is so irritating. I'm like, Harry and Meghan are not heads of state. They're not leading any country. They're not, they're no longer working royals. Why do you need the communication between Harry and Meghan and Jacinda Ardern? Why, and why only Harry and Meghan? If you're going to go and you need the information, if you want to get private information about the royals, well, she is working with William and Kate right now on Earthshot. Why not request their communication? Why not request, the royal family in a whole, King Charles's communication with her? No, just Harry and Meghan. And we all know why that is. And so he posted this article yesterday. Former Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern keeps Harry and Meghan's message secret for now. Former Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has decided to keep her messages with Harry and Meghan and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex secret, refusing an official Information Request Act request to release them. The Herald has appealed that decision to the Ombudsman, I guess that's their court. The chair of the New Zealand Republican Movement, Lewis Holden, said the messages need to be released, noting that there is high public interest in knowing whether Harry and Meghan are using the influence and access afforded by Harry's birth appropriately. Like, why does exactly he needs to do that? Exactly. And Harry and Meghan were reported to have considered relocating to New Zealand after stepping back as senior members of the royal family. In Harry's memoir, Spare, he confirmed their reports. And this is so ridiculous because they are talking about the Republican movement, which is trying to, as we know, the royal family are heads of state in New Zealand. Well, why are you going after two? And it's the same nonsense that the Republicans in the UK was doing until they were slapped by Harry and then had to apologize. It's the same thing they were doing. Instead of going and attacking or going and get information with the royals that are actually working royals that can affect New Zealand's policies or anything like that, they're going after two people who was left. And then they're lying that, oh, after Harry and Meghan left, they considered moving to New Zealand. No, they considered moving to South Africa or New Zealand before they left. That was one of the places that they were thinking of going before they left, and so they filed this. The government has they've released the information. They've released the communication between the Sussex's office and the office of the Prime Minister. But Jacinda Ardern has kept her private messages with them secret. Now, this news outlet they've appealed it to try to get her to have to release the private communications between the Sussexes. So far, she says no. And so it's like, why do you need the private information? Why do you need the private? The Sussexes aren't there anymore. And the idea that, oh, we need to know that they're using their influence and access appropriately, that is not your business. How Harry and Meghan use their title or use the influence they have is literally none of the Republican movement's business. And it is absolutely not high public interest. Nobody has asked for them. It's so funny. If you even go under and read the tweets under even this article, no one under there, as a matter of fact, people from New Zealand under this article have said nobody's interested. No one has asked for this. And there is no high public interest in the communication between Jacinda Ardern and Harry and Meghan. The only people interested in this is the press and people who want to attack them and to use it for tabloid gossip. They can't do anything about it. Even if there's they use their influence. They chose not to go to New Zealand. So what are you going to do about it? The only thing you want to do is make money off of them. And so we basically, tweeted at him. It's like, no, this is press abuse. You're using your press pass to abuse and to harass two people who are no longer working royals, who have no effect on what your country does. Even if no matter how they use the privilege that they have, it has no bearings on you and there's nothing you can do about it other than use it for gossip and make money off of it. That is what they're doing. And so, again, for now, Jacinda is saying no. Hopefully she keeps it that way. And, apparently yesterday he went off to get the whatever communication there's been between the offices. I haven't seen anything written about it. So, maybe that, I'm sure there's nothing, it's nothing salacious there. It's two offices communicating, so, and it's just, again, it's, that $billion business that people, greedy reporters, and, I'm not surprised at this, again, if I would have picked someone who would have, incited this, I would go Dan Wootton. Dan Wootton is Australian. Now, I'm not saying that he is working with this guy, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we've seen the influence that they've had in the U.S., in stirring up stuff with people in the U.S. So would I be shocked if Dan Wootton or someone of those in the British press incited this? No. Would I also be shocked if I mean, for me, this has the markings of Prince William. Jacinda Ardern is working with him. Nobody thought about this. This has not been in there any kind of, anything thinking about communication between Sussexes and Jacinda Ardern. And all of a sudden, Jacinda Ardern is working for with Prince William on Earthshot. And all of a sudden, the press want communication between Harry and her. I mean, I don't trust any of these people. And of course, I don't know for sure. I don't have any proof that it's William or say Dan Wootton or any. I have no proof of that. But would I be shocked if they are part of it? No, I would not. That would be the least shocking thing. because it's their MO, it's because they've done stuff like this before. I completely would not put it past them, so. But it's just absolute press harassment. So I'm hoping that, whomever that appeal fails, and Jacinda Ardern does not have to release anything. And even if she does, and even if it fails, hopefully she simply just say no. But anyways, I'm moving on. And before we move on, if you're new here and you have not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when we drop a video. And also, please like and share the video. Definitely share it with your friends and like us. And also, you can join the channel where you support the channel monthly. And so that is awesome as well. So thank you so much for all of you who have already done so. Anyways, moving on, what else is going on in the royal world? Oh, this. Just when you think the British press, especially Daily Mail, can't go low. I mean, they are like the dregs of the cesspool right now. And just when you think they can't go lower than the dregs of the cesspool, they completely shock you, and then they go lower than that. And it's just like, well, where is, what is lower than the dregs of a cesspool? Well, whatever that is, you'll find, and wherever that is, you'll find the Daily Mail. Because the Daily Mail, and apparently this reporter is from Australia, and I was just like, oh my Lord. They have the nerve, gall, and audacity to boldface put this out there, and whomever it is that approved this nonsense, and thinking that this was somehow going to give Kate some clout, and she's going to, that she's going to have a one-up on Meghan or something. They really need to be fired. I mean, if this is her PR team, girl, you need a new PR team, because they are doing you no favors. Anyway, the Daily Mail had the audacity to put out this article, How Kate's Ancestor Played a Key Role in Abolishing Slavery, after the Sussexes bob about royals and racism. I mean, it's just like, what? Because apparently her ancestor, and it's like, how is she an ancestor? Apparently this ancestor is, never had kids. I don't know how she's a, relative, but not an ancestor. She's an aunt. She's not an ancestor, but whatever. The article goes on to say, in fact, the Daily Mail can reveal that the ancestor of at least one senior royal played a key role in the movement that led to the abolition of slavery in the British Empire in 1837 and the United States in 1865. For the Princess of Wales, great aunt, Norfolk-born Harriet Martineau, became known as the greatest American abolitionist after fighting a lifelong battle to abolish slavery and racism in the U.S. They have... I was just like, no. No. I mean, and I love this Darlin 215. I love her tweet. She says, Harriet Tubman, we'll get to hashtag Harriet Tubman in a second. According to the white woman who wrote the story about Kate's abolitionist ancestor, this ancestor was the greatest abolitionist, not Frederick Douglass, not Harriet Tubman, not Sojourner Truth, not William Lloyd Garrison or Wendell Phillips, but Kate's aunt. And apparently that's her aunt down there. And I was just like, so of course, when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, of course. And so, of course, you pull something this stupid, well, the squad is going to respond. And so this has been trending the last couple of days. Harriet Tubman, whichever way you spell it, both ways. And so, of course, all the memes of Kate is Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks. She even had her as Sealy, the color purple, and Rachel Dolezal. Actually, I was looking at Kate in that hair. I was like, Kate, you actually look good in that Rachel Dolezal hair. you look at the above one with William and his do-rag and I mean, you do something that stupid and you allow your name to be attached to something that stupid, you have to understand that the Sussex squad is going to come after you. And you are going to be mocked and you're going to look very, very, very stupid. And so Carrier Tubman have been trending all yesterday and today because it's just the stupidity, and of course, this Kate's face has been photoshopped into all of these. And it's just like there's a whole bunch more. I just pulled this in. But yeah, I mean, I even saw an article that was talking about Kate being mocked. But I mean, it's like whoever it is that thought this was a good idea. I mean, not only that, that somehow her great, 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 great aunt is this and apparently, I mean, and I haven't gone and investigated, but I was reading someone's article about it, and they're like, the woman just spent, I don't know, it's a couple of days or something, and in the U.S., something like that, but she basically had basically nothing to do with any of the abolition of state. I mean, it just, and again, I can't even. Yeah. I mean, this whole thing with, especially with the new study or the new research coming out with the royal family and Charles supporting this new research coming out about the royal family's role in the slave trade, their role in colonialism, their role in slavery. And because he has pledged his commitment to that, their sycophants in the British press have been going this extra mile to try to prove they're not racist. Like, even if it was true about Kate's great 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 aunt, that doesn't mean Kate Middleton can't be racist. I mean, it is just so stupid. And the audacity to be like, oh, she is the one that rescued Meghan's great 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 grandfather or something craziness like that. I mean, it is just I'm sure they're not going to try to pull that nonsense again because, I mean, seriously? So, anyways, you will never win when you pull that nonsense with the Sussex squad. So, they sure don't make her. I mean, somebody is setting her up for a fail. That's what I have to, I really have to believe that, because why else would you put something that stupid out there? So, anyways, moving on from Kate and her idiocy. What else has the squad been up to? Well, just in case you hadn't noticed, the squad, we have a tabloid. It's called The Squad. And our tabloid is not like every other tabloid. It is only the front page. That's it. Because people just look at the front page of tabloids and the front page headline and then make a whole drama about it. So our squad tabloid is only one page, and thanks to Cloud Noogie, who is the one that creates it every week, it is just hilarious. She does such a great Princess, assuming it's a girl, does such a great job and is always hilarious. So this week is Meghan make the media cry. Her strict demands for respect has reduced them to tears. And those are the crybabies in the back there. Robert Jobson, Richard Eden, Dan, and the garbage twins, Pierce Morgan and Dan Wooten. And so I love it. I absolutely love it. And then at the top, she also does a take on Kate's and their abolitionist nonsense. The squad features the life and legacy of freedom fighter nurse Karen Lucita King and her 1863 I Stay Dreaming speech. I love it. I absolutely love it. I Stay Dreaming speech. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, you just can't beat the squad. He's like, you either, you can't fight us. You just gotta join us. Cause I mean, how are you gonna beat that? So, but anyway, it is just hilarious. Anyway, Oh my gosh. I love it. Nurse Karen Lucita King and her 1863 I Stay Dreaming speech. I love it. And then she has all these things on the side about Rose and also Ford Fiesta, but it's too small and I can't read it. So I will put a link to it in the show notes. You can always go and, zoom in on it and see what it says. But it talks about Rose and also Ford Fiesta, and that, I don't know what hat she was wearing. Like, woman, there's something wrong with that hat. But anyway, moving on. What else is happening? Oh, we've known this for a while, but Coronation is going through some things. It just, as Christopher Musi always says, yeah, going through some things. So Pajba wrote this as a news outlet, wrote this article. Nobody wants to perform for the king at the king's coronation. It says a coronation concert is planned for May 7th with plans to theme the event of love, respect, optimism. Ha! For those several weeks now, there have been reports that major stars are conveniently unavailable for the concert or had politely declined the invitation. Harry Styles apparently said no, same for Adele and Robbie Williams. The latter is especially hilarious because that guy is currently doing ads for cat food, but he knows that there is some ways to sell out too much. Yep. Elton John was also reportedly asked, which makes us wonder if Charles knew that his late ex-wife was good friends with him. Yeah, why would you ask Elton John when he was Diana's bestie? So he could come and play for Camilla? No. Kylie Minogue said no, apparently, because she didn't think it would be right given the rise of republicanism in her native Australia. Yeah. Kylie's like, no, we're kicking you to the curb. I'm not paying at your coronation. I mean, even the Spice Girls turned it down. I mean, even they have they have to protect whatever dignity they have left. So who's gonna play at the concert? So who did the windows land for this historic event? Lionel Richie and Katy Perry and 3 members of Take That. Truly, I am blinded by the light of this starry lineup. They are so sarcastic, and I love it. I think Andrea Bocelli is also gonna play, and some there, and Bette Midler. I mean, it's definitely gonna be for the an older crowd, and I don't think the younger of the Brits will be there. Who knows? Maybe they will, but it's more for the more mature. And it's like, again, people are saying, oh, the coronation, nobody's interested, but Brits love to party, they love a spectacle, so I expect them to be there. I expect British people to be there. Again, I'm not covering the coronation, but I expect British people to show up and show out and drink and have a party. That's pretty much what they love to do. So I don't see them staying home, but I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. What else is happening with the coronation? Coronation Big Help Out volunteer project at risk from lack of participants. That's right. The initiative at the heart of next month's royal event could fall flat after steady decline in numbers of people in the UK offering their time. Yeah, because time is money. People don't have time. People need to make money. It's like they can't be giving away their time for free when they can't afford to feed their families. Volunteering experts warn that the initiative could fail. Richard Harris, Associate Director of the Institute of Community Studies at Young Foundation, says, my fear is that it will be a damn squid, and that will further undermine efforts to get people engaged. I obviously hope it's not going to be. Sabine Goodwin, a coordinator of Independent Food Aid Network, IFAN, which represents 1,772 food banks across Britain, said volunteers are needed more than ever. But she added, no amount of goodwill and generosity can replace a person's right to be able to afford a decent standard of living. Compassion is vital, but a day of volunteering can't address the poverty and inequality crisis in the UK today. Grassroots organizations said that since the end of the lockdown, enthusiasm among volunteers, particularly professionals, have plummeted, while the cost of living crisis has made it harder for people on lower income to help. And exactly, I mean, this should have been where Charles give where he put his money where his mouth is, and be there funding these organizations so that they can hire people instead of wanting people to work for free. People cannot work for free because they cannot feed their families. They are taking milk and bread out of the mouth of babies to fund almost $100 million condemnation and $8 million to put his plaster his face all around the place, including lunchrooms where kids cannot afford their meals. And so people can't, because again, time is money. If I have a few minutes or a few hours, I'm going to look for work where I can get paid, so that I can feed my family. I'm not going to go volunteer and not waste your time. Volunteering is always a good thing because you're helping others. But if you can't afford to feed your family, then you can't give. It's like you can't give what you don't have, So this whole thing with Charles and wanting to do this volunteer day or volunteer project day on I think it was the 8th, where people come together and volunteer. It's like people can't afford it. Why? Because you're spending their money on a coronation nobody asked for. That money should have gone to charities. That money should have gone there so they can literally hire people and pay people to work, so that those people could in turn go back and feed their families and spend. And that's how the cycle works, or else get your rich people, your rich friends to go out and do the volunteering. Let them take a day off and, and go out and volunteer and leave poor people alone, so. And as Sabine said, no amount of goodwill and generosity can replace can replace a person's right to be able to afford a decent standard of living. Yeah, people need to be able to afford a standard of living. And if they can't do that, then you're not going to get them to go volunteer. I wouldn't, So anyways, it just, they're just not learning. They're just not learning. Because again, the royal family don't care. They are rolling in dough. This is not an issue for them. So anyways, moving on. Up. Talk about coronation mess. Channel 4 has decided that they are going to do alternative programming. That's right. Alternative programming. And what does that programming entail? Well, Prince Andrew's Newsnight documentary to air as part of Channel 4's coronation programming. That's right. They are going to be airing it as part of their coronation programming. And we all remember Prince Andrew's documentary with Emily Maitlis. That's her right there. That really was a catalyst for him walking away and having to give up his titles and, walk away from being a senior royal and all of that stuff, because of how awful that interview was. Well, BBC is doing a documentary about that interview, and they are literally airing it. Well, let's see. Channel 4 is to air a documentary focusing on Prince Andrew's Newsnight interview as alternative programming during the King's coronation. That's right. If you don't want to watch the King's coronation, flip your channel and you can watch Prince Andrew's the behind the scenes of Prince Andrew's Newsnight interview. Former BBC journalist Emily Maitlis will speak in detail about how she came to grill the Duke of York over his relationship with the late billionaire sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in a 2-part series. Following the November 19th episode going on air, the furor over Andrew's relationship with Epstein, the Duke stepped down from public life. Andrew, the problem prince, will feature archive footage. The problem with Andrew will feature archive footage, an interview with former Newsnight producer Sam McAllister, and access to Palace Insiders, Channel 4 says. So yeah, if you don't want to watch the coronation, tune into News 4 in the UK and you can watch at the same time an interview, the behind the scenes of the interview of the Prince Andrew documentary. And not only that, they have other program, anti-monarchy program going on as well. So I guess they're going to be doing this alternative royal programming throughout the day on Channel 4. So it is Talk about not, not being here for the king. Channel 4 is not playing. They're like, no, we're going to give you alternative. We don't want to watch it. And if you don't want to, here is some programming. Great advertising there, by the way, for our Channel 4. So, yeah, Prince Andrew's interview is coming up on Coronation Day, which serves King Charles right, because he chose Archie's birthday to have his coronation. So there you go. His is going to be disrupted by his brother. So there you go. What else is happening? Oh, I have to laugh with this one. Simon Case, we all remember Simon Case, don't we? How Camilla Tominey wrote this article in The Spectator, probably the only time she's ever been honest or truthful ever. So she wrote this article in 2020, I think, how Simon Case rose to the top of the civil service. And one of the interesting things she mentions in this article, she says Case forged a close partnership with the Queen's private secretary, Sir Edward Young. If you remember, Harry called him a fly, the most powerful aide at Buckingham Palace, and became industrial in elevating William's image as a statesman to the disquiet of Harry, who felt pushed out. It is notable that on Case's watch, William and Kate were revealed to have flown a budget airline to Balmoral after Harry and Meghan had snubbed the Queen to fly by private jet to Elton's mansion in Nice. And yeah, the press went after Harry and Meghan and 4-month-old Archie. I mean, it was relentless abuse, and about Kate and William and their kids flying budget airlines, only and Harry and Meghan taking private jet to France. And we knew as a squad, we knew right then that was a setup. We knew that it was a publicity stunt. And so it was very interesting when Camilla outed Simon Case as being, basically the mastermind behind that. And then we remember that the Flybe jet flew 2 jets to pick them up. Basically, they burnt a lot more fuel than Harry and Meghan burned traveling by private air jet to France. And so Camilla Tominey outed that. And so today we're learning that Simon Case is being sued for direct discrimination and harassment. Former civil servant lodges claims with an employment tribunal against the cabinet secretary and the cabinet office. That's right. He's being sued for direct discrimination and harassment. Just reading the article about it, apparently he wasn't like the main guy in this suit or in the harassment, and so he tried to get his name withdrawn from them. And I guess the judge was like, no, you cannot withdraw your name. So so him and his office is being sued for discrimination and harassment. Boy, do I wish Meghan had done that. Sue him and Jason Kanoff for harassment and what they did to her. And again, Meghan was postpartum. She was 4 months postpartum. And this is what they did to her, send the press after her and then claim that William and Kate are, oh, look at our prince and princess. They're flying budget while the sixth in line to the throne is flying private jet. Unbelievable. So, I am very happy karma has descended and he is being sued for discrimination and harassment. So kudos to the employee that's suing Simon Case. Moving on, what else is happening? Oh, yes. Well, The Guardian newspaper has been really on the ball reporting out about all the different things about the royal, especially the things that they've kept secret, like their money, their, the different jewelry. We talked about the jewelry last episode about jewelry that's missing, that's supposed to be in the royal collection that's not there. And, their jewelry that Kate and Camilla and the late Queen have worn, and they're not where they're supposed to be in the royal collection, which is not private property. And the Buckingham Palace seems to can't say where the jewelry is. We also talked about the stamp collection that is supposed to be in public domain or in whatever the archives for stamp, very valuable stamp collection. Well, the royal family has incorporated some of those stamps that were state gifts into their personal possession, and they are basically claiming it. And it's like when, they go on state visits and they're given a gift or whatever, that doesn't belong to them personally. But it seems that there's another pattern going on with artwork. We talked yesterday about jewelry and rare stamps. Now we're talking about multi-million dollar artwork from the royal family. And it says the Guardian, again, they have been doing you know a number on the royal family. And so when you hear all these Harry and Meghan articles, know that this is what they're trying to hide. Most likely this is what they're trying to hide. So it says the royal collection, the other royal collection, Windsor's multi-million dollar pound private trove of art may include official gifts. So it is saying their private trove of art may include official gifts, which means it doesn't belong to them and it belongs to the Royal Foundation. It says the second much more exclusive category. They're talking about, the gifts that the royal family get. They are divided into two categories. One is for the people, which goes to the royal collection. Those are state gifts, like when they go on tour, the president or vice president or king or whomever give them gifts. That is not their personal possession. That goes into the royal collection for the people of the UK. Stolen or not, I should add. And now it's saying the second part of it is the second, much more exclusive category is that which the royal treat as their own. The Windsor's private collection, there is no public the Windsor's private collection. There is no public register of these works, and Buckingham Palace refuses to comment on in any detail on what it regards as private wealth. However, items from the Chagall Bible raises questions about what falls under that definition. And if you don't know about that, this guy he's an artist and gave Prince Philip, when they were on a state visit, and I forgot where, he gave Prince Philip a piece of artwork. The work then doesn't belong to Prince Philip because he was on a state visit. The work is a royal collection, but somehow it has ended up or taken and put in Prince Philip's, his private collection of this artwork of the Bible. Let's call Chagall's Bible. It says, not in the royal collection, the artwork casually given to Philip on a state visit. Perhaps it has been absorbed into his own collection. At a special exhibition in Hollywood Place in 1994, Chagall's piece was on display as part of the prince's personal collection. The article goes on to say they are in total likely to be worth tens of millions of pounds, possibly more. And that includes pieces by Salvador Dali, Ellis Lowry, and Claude Monet, and Lucien Freud. One of the things, how the royals have been able to collect wealth and collect these artworks from around the world, is one thing that infuriated me so much when I read it. It says, Philip and the Queen Mother are known to have taken advantage of trips to Commonwealth to add to their private collection, which, for example, contains 27 works by Australian and Indigenous artists. And I cannot tell you how much that irritates me and really angers me, that they would go to Commonwealth country deliberately taking stuff off of poor people's hands to pad their personal art collection. And how many, and for myself, like how many pieces are they, came to Trinidad that they taken from, and it's just the fact that they would do it. And they would raid, and then they have the nerve, gall, and audacity to say, oh, it was given to us as a gift, when these are colonized countries. So I'm always like, anytime you take stuff like that from a colonized people, no, that's stealing. You don't get to get away with, oh, it's a gift. No, it's not. So anyways, The article goes on to say more than a third of the 392 pieces identified by the Guardian in private royal collections appear to have been gifts of some sort to or another. Some were wedding presents, while others were official gifts on overseas trips, including from the artists themselves. All were displayed in exhibitions of personal art collections. None are part of the public royal collection. So they are taking stuff from these islands and countries around the world, especially Commonwealth countries, and then they are displaying it as their own personal wealth. And it's ridiculous that they've been allowed to do that. It's just the thievery, and again, I don't have evidence that they stole it, but it's like, what they're saying, all of these articles are more than 392 pieces that were identified by the Guardian. These are supposedly their private property, but some of that stuff was received on state visit. That means it no longer belongs to you. I'm sorry, not no longer. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the people. And so it is just, after thinking of the jewelry and the stamps, now the art collection, it's amazing to me. And for me, I had never seen, I'd never paid attention to the royal family art. I'd never seen. So I thought I went, and I hope these are all correct. Again, I found them on Google. And so I just, I wanted to see what these art look like. And so here is a little bit of the art, just, so you have an idea. And none of these, I'm not saying any of these were stolen or taken as private, personal possessions, as personal artwork. This is just so you have an idea of the kind of work and the kind of artwork that are in palaces. Like, I took some photos from Buckingham Palace, from Kensington Palace, and also from Windsor Castle, so we can have an idea of the kind of artwork that's there. So here it is. Okay, I hope that played out. It just, for some reason, my computer froze, so I'm hoping that all played out. And so we have a little bit of an idea of the kind of art that, that that's in existence right now in these castles. It's the most amazing things I'd seen. It's just like, oh my goodness, it's just like, it's stunning, and so they have, I mean, these stuff is worth millions and millions and millions of dollars, or pounds I should say. And King Charles is said to have inherited, obviously he inherited all that stuff from the queen, and so he is said to have inherited all of that stuff from the, at least the private possessions, or the private art from the queen. And it's amazing. And to think that they have all of those, and then they still, some of them that, that's belong to the state, they have somehow incorporated into their personal possession. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So I'm like, what? Anyways, it just, again, the jewelry, the stamps, now the art. Now I look forward to see what else they have, what they have hidden among their property. It's craziness. And again, no one else is reporting out on this. No one is talking about this. They're all hiding it and making it all about Harry and Meghan and all of that nonsense to distract from people really focusing it in on. These people are filthy rich, and there is no reason for taxpayers to be paying almost £100 million for a coronation, or a coronation that no one asked for. They should not be doing it. And so obviously the tabloid press have been distracting the country, and the majority of people are not paying attention to the fact that they are being conned. They're just not paying attention. This is a nation. This is a time where they are conning the nation, and people aren't paying attention. And it's all about, oh, the Sussexes. And it's just like, people, wake up. It's craziness. So anyways, I hope my little, because if my computer froze. So I hope that this whole video played out. If not, I will post a link up to it, and I will put a link to it in the show notes, so that way you can watch it. So anyways, moving forward, let's see what else we have of the royals. Oh, actually, moving away from the royals for a second, let's see if I can get this thing to work. Yes, it's work. Yes. So Jamaica is going full speed ahead to being a republic. It is so wonderful to see this. They are just, and I'm telling you, Chef knew what she was talking about. When I had Chef on, and she was like, no, Andrew, the prime minister is going to do this. He's going to do this. And I'm telling you, they are just on it. So Jamaica Gleaners is the news outlet there. It says Jamaica Constitutional Reform Committee has arrived at consensus to recommend the abolition of the constitutional monarchy as the form of government, and has deliberated on the process by which the president would be selected. Legal Constitutional Affairs Minister Darlene Malahu Forte shared that since the committee was formed, it has held 5 meetings. Once we have abolished the monarchy from the makeup of our form of government, it will be replaced by the office of President of the Republic of Jamaica. The President of the Republic of Jamaica is to be a separate office from the head of government in Jamaica, she said during the press conference held at Jamaica House on Friday afternoon. On the matter of selecting the president, Malahu Forte detailed that the consensus is that it will be on the nomination of the prime minister, after consultation with the leader of the opposition, to be confirmed in parliament. So Jamaica is going forward. They are ready to kick the monarchy to the curb. They are ready to be like, bye-bye, so long, farewell to King Charles and his mess. They are just done. They are over. They are just, I am so proud of them. I am like, kudos. I'm telling you, I was skeptical there. I was skeptical that they were going to do it. But they have gotten the Republic bug, and they are running full speed ahead for it. So hopefully, before the end of the year, Jamaica will join Barbados in becoming a republic. And again, noise is happening in Australia. Hopefully, they are doing and working on doing the same as well. So kudos, Jamaica. So let's see what else is happening. Oh, this is sad news. This is some sad news in the Invictus community. Brian Perry was the co-founder of the UK charity Help for Heroes, has died. Together with his wife, Bryn, was responsible for, Bryn Perry. Together with his wife, Bryn was responsible for changing the landscape of support for wounded and injured and sick service personnel and veterans in the UK. Bryn Perry, and so this all came from Invictus. Bryn Perry, co-founder of the UK charity Help for Heroes, has died. Together with his wife, Bryn, was responsible for changing the landscape and support for the wounded, injured, and sick service personnel and veterans in the UK. All of us at the Invictus Game Foundation are truly indebted to the vision and passion of his work with Help for Heroes, which directly influenced the formation of the Invictus Games London 2014, and has supported the Team UK for many years. And his Help for Heroes is who used to train the veterans for the Invictus Games. Now the Poppy Legion has taken over. And then Prince Harry actually wrote a piece, wrote about it as well. It says, our patron, the Duke of Sussex, adds, today is a truly sad day for the military community as we bid farewell to a man who, alongside his wife, completely transformed the UK charity sector for the benefit of those who have served. His vision, determination, and brilliance provided a lifeline for thousands of veterans, as well as their families when they needed it most. Those that come after him will always be better off because of his actions. Bryn Perry, we salute you. Thank you for all from all of us for the lives saved, the support given, and the community inspired. Your legacy lives on to the Help for Heroes. Our love and respect will remain with your family. And that is from Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, who is the founder and patron of the Invictus Games. So deepest condolences to Bryn Perry and the Help for Heroes team, and also his wife. So he has passed on. Very sad time. Also, finally, Invictus Games, just reliving last year. Last year at this time was the Invictus Games at The Hague. And so they were reliving some moments. It's hard to believe that Invictus Games The Hague 2020 was just a year ago. Time flies when you're having fun. And now we have just 146 days to go to Invictus Games Dusseldorf 2023. And of course, we remember that amazing speeches from Harry, the opening and closing speeches, and just the ceremony. Also remember the that car that squatties were in those cars and screaming, and Harry was also passenger to that as well, doing that obstacle course in the van, and it was just amazing. The Hague was just absolutely amazing. I cannot wait for sitting volleyball and sitting basketball again, on wheelchair basketball. It'll be amazing. So it's wonderful time. So, but definitely looking forward to Invictus Dusseldorf coming up again September 9th, to the 16th, I think it is, September 9th to the 16th, Invictus Düsseldorf. So, or Invictus Games Düsseldorf. So anyways, but I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much to our awesome moderators, Lydia, Church, Nelly, Karen M, Cookies and Cream, who moderates our chat and just keep us safe and keep trolls out and all the wonderful things that they do. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to our awesome 2 Cents Crew members who support the channel monthly financially and help us to be able to purchase and pay for things that I need, including the internet, etc., to make sure we have podcasts going on. So, thank you so much. And also to our new 2 Cents Crew member, Iris Harper. Thank you. You joined, I think, about 6 days ago, and I didn't put it on there. But I just want to say thank you. Welcome to the 2 Cents Crew, and thank you so much for your support. We welcome you. Thank you, Iris. And all Gold Star supporters who support our channel in the chat. You'll see the super stickers, super thanks, super chat, or straight up donation. And donation via PayPal or Cash Apps. Either way, definitely thank you for all that you have done for the channel and in supporting the channel. Thank you. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your day to hang out with me, or at least an hour and 9 minutes of your day to hang out with me. I appreciate so much, and I look forward to hanging with you another time. So thank you, guys. Have a fantastic evening, and I will chat with you later. Bye.